It is time for a podcast from the Two Scotch Funk Worldwide Lounge. Man, I like saying that. Two Scotch Funk. How about that? Coolest name. Just love it. Working on a project with that too. Imagine that. Tonight I want to talk about putting the mirror down. And you get the handheld mirror and you take it everywhere you go. It's not really in your hand. It's not a physical manifestation. It's just that pretend mirror that you carry, but you are looking in it more than you should be. And it's time to put it down. And I'll tell you why. There's a million different reasons why it's unsafe to drive when you're looking in the mirror, right? It's also unsafe to look in the mirror too long because you will see things that don't exist. Maybe they did. Maybe there's a sliver of truth to what you're seeing that came from the past. But if you look for something long enough, there's a good chance you're going to find it. And it may not be what you're looking for, and it may not be true. What you're looking for may be validation. And you think, oh my God, I feel all this guilt. Here's my validation. See, I see it in the mirror. There it is, right in my own hand. My invisible mirror looking back at me saying, yep, you're no good. You're not pretty enough, handsome enough, tall enough, smart enough, any of those things. You will find it if you look hard enough. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, is that who I really am? I'm not talking about a hair out of place or maybe a little extra, donut that I may have had on Saturday or that I wasn't supposed to, but I'm just saying, looking past the surface, looking deeper. And maybe you only see your past choices, your past mistakes staring back at you. I've been there. For years when I looked at myself, I didn't see a man in recovery or a good father or a leader or a good son, good brother. All I saw was failure. And the worst day of my life was the picture I carried into every tomorrow. But self-image isn't supposed to be a snapshot of your lowest point. It's just not. That's not who you are. It's a moment. It's a piece of you. It's what makes you who you are. But it's a story you keep telling yourself. And if that story is all shame and regret, then no wonder the reflection isn't something you want to see. Because it's a stranger. It's not you. That's what we're going to dive into a little bit today. Just how to improve your self-image, how to forgive your past and your actions, how to grant yourself some grace, and then maybe we'll throw a little fun twist in there as well. So where do we start? What do we change? We start with forgiving ourselves. And I like to use analogies, so think about it like this. If you're a race car driver and you got a tire going down, it's getting flat, or it is flat, and you can barely steer it, but man, I don't want to do it. I don't want to change it. How do you expect to finish the race, much less win it? You can't ignore it. You pull into the pits, get a new tire, and get back on the track. Are you going to win that race? Maybe not. Maybe. You never know. But what you do know is if you don't change something, you're going to end up in last. And last place is not where you deserve to be. Our mistakes, our regrets, our past choices, and our guilt, those are all flat tires. And we will drive around with them like it's no big deal. It's, this is part of my winning car. This is some of the trophies I've won. This is my trophy for my biggest mistake. Oh, here's the one for my biggest regret. Oh my gosh, this one's the biggest one ever. It's the one of guilt. They're not trophies. They're dead weight. They're slowing your car down. Now, self-forgiveness doesn't mean pretending it doesn't happen. It just means saying, hey, you know what? I did that. I own that. But I'm not going to let it keep me stuck here. I'm just not. You can't keep driving that wrecked car and expect to win tomorrow's race. You can't. And here's the twist I talked about earlier. Once you start giving yourself that freedom and that grace, you realize something that's really important. You've got to give it to others too. And you get to give it to others too. Because if I'm the guy that demands perfection from everybody else, like, don't touch my car, don't bump me, don't scratch my paint, I'm also the guy who locks myself in that same prison. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. We're both contained in a place we don't belong. Grace is just this. It's just letting people be human. Understand that we're all human and we're all flawed and we're all going to make mistakes. Some intentional, some choices become mistakes. Some choices are intentional, some are not. But if we give the people space to grow, and we refuse to define them by their worst moment, we get to give that same grace to ourselves, and it's pretty cool. And if we're truly honest, forgiveness for others isn't just about them, it's about us. What do they say in AA all the time? One of their many over-repeated sayings. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. That's true to a point. You can forgive somebody. You don't have to forget their misdeeds. You can forgive them and move on and say, that person is no longer part of my life. That's fine. When you extend that grace, you unclench your own fist. You walk a little more upright, a little lighter, and you stop letting that bitterness and that anger and that rage, all the other stuff that you've got bundled up inside you, you stop letting it bend your own reflection. And when you start to see yourself for who you really are, that reflection becomes more and more beautiful, and then you can put that mirror down. How do we get there? How do we get to put that mirror down? How do we get to say, okay, hey, look, I love myself and I'm good. All set. Everybody else, you're doing fine. Yep, here's your grace. Here's a plate full of it. Enjoy it. Well, it probably isn't going to happen like that for everybody. Maybe some of you are lucky enough, but here's some thoughts. First, start with simple affirmations. Make it easy. And I'm not like, hey, I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. You don't have to do the Stuart Smalley. Say things you believe. Say them out loud if you want to. I don't care. Nobody's there, and if somebody is and they don't like it, tough shit. Tell them to get out of the room. You're talking, and you're talking to the most important person in your life. Say things like, hey, I'm still here. Some of us could have made a choice to do something else, but we're not. We're still here. Hey, I'm still moving forward, still working on things. I still recognize that I have some flaws I could work on, but I can't change the past, so I'm moving forward. I'm not done yet. Just be simple. True to you. Second, I was thinking about this. My buddy and I were bullshitting earlier about journaling. And it is not an unuseful tool. I love it. And even if it's just like, hey, I saw a really pretty sunrise today and it was important and it made me think, wow, it's nice to be able to look up and see these colors through non-blurry eyes. Write it down. But then try this. Try this one. If I saw myself through the eyes of someone who loves me, what would I see? Now write the question. If I saw myself through the eyes of someone who loved me, what would I see? Now write it out, and then write the answer. Pick somebody important. Pick somebody, your very favorite person, and then write down the answer. Then put it down. Put it away. Come back to it, have a cup of coffee or lunch or dinner or whatever. Wake up the next day. Come back later and then read it. You might surprise yourself. You might. Third, now this one, some people will lose it a little bit. They get a little bit wonky, but write yourself a forgiveness letter. Just to you. Just to you. You don't have to mail it. You don't have to, get real crazy about grammar, but write yourself a forgiveness letter so you can put some of that guilt down. It is so heavy. The point is, you write it so you can unload what you're carrying. This is one I've been working on, and it's not easy. It's not fun, but it's a challenge, and that's how you grow, right? You grow through the pain. Catch one negative thought that you're thinking about yourself and write it down like you were talking to your best friend. I put my friend Matt in this position because he would be smart enough to understand that I didn't mean it, but I'd never call him a failure. I'd never call him weak. Any of those things that I might say to myself, like, Jesus, Derek, why did you do that? You're so weak. When I say, Jesus, Matt, you're such a pussy, you're so weak. No. Well, then why would I say it to myself? I'm with myself a lot more than I am with my friends. Don't say the bad things to yourself. Now, these are small things. That last one's a tough one, but most of these are small things, but they will rewire your brain and you'll start seeing things differently, I promise. The mirror you're carrying is heavy. It is. And it's tiring. It's exhausting. You cannot grow stronger when you're constantly tired. When your muscles are extended and just exhausted, you can't grow strength. When you let go of that baggage, you put it down. You put down that fucking mirror and you just embrace the fact that, okay, I am better. I'm good. You know what? I look older. Jesus, I've looked old since I was 20, so I guess I don't have much to compare myself against because I don't even remember what I was like before then. Put down the baggage, yours and everybody else's, that you want to. If you say you're forgiving somebody, don't bring up their past misdeeds. Well, I totally forgive you, but what you did to this person, I still will talk about. I'll still bring it up. Nope. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. If you forgive someone, let it go. If you forgive them with intention, of letting it go, then forget about it. Let that stuff go away. Move forward with the good stuff, because, man, there's a lot of it. You're not who you were. You're who you're becoming. And the same with the people you care about. The same with the people in your life that you love. If they made the effort to change, that's not who they were. That's who they're becoming. Now, grace doesn't erase the past. It just keeps you from letting it write your future. So next time you look at that mirror in your hand, even though I told you to put it down, sometimes people just don't listen. I hope you see somebody beautiful. I hope you see someone who's not defined by past choices or mistakes, but by growth, grace, and the courage to keep becoming. Put down that mirror and look forward. It is beautiful. Your future is fantastic, and I can't wait to hear about it. Hope that you got something out of this one tonight. I've been thinking about how to put it together, and it's been a long week, and it's only Thursday, but tomorrow's Friday. And I am excited for a long weekend, 3 days in a row. Yeah, what am I going to do? Whatever I want. There you have it. Thanks for listening. I mean these things because I see some very beautiful people suffering with their own stuff and maybe with stuff, the people that they love, that they just can't quite put it down. They're close, but they can't. They haven't yet. Shouldn't say they can't. They just haven't yet. How about that? I like that better. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care.